Welcome back to the Knick-Knack Review. Today we're going to look at Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 4. Let's get started. So this episode actually starts with a flashback, and I thought this was really cool to see because Bucky had that mind control going on with all those words that would just trigger him. And this scene actually explains how he got all of that reversed. I thought this was a very personal and almost a sweet scene. And what I mean by that is it shows a connection between, I believe, and if I'm saying her name wrong, I apologize, but Io and Bucky. It shows that connection that they had, and it wasn't just like pure technology that took away that control. It was more of a one-on-one personal connection, and they grew a friendship. You can tell that they have some kind of closeness between them. They obviously have a history with that, but she learned a lot from him, but then also he has that to thank her. Like he owes her that. And I thought it was a really special scene because you see her just kind of walking around. He's like, it's not going to work. She's like, yes, it will. And she just starts spitting out the words, and he's just, you can tell it's like he still feels like he's getting nervous. He starts crying, and then all of a sudden the last word is said, and he doesn't change. And it's like he realizes those tears turn from fear to happiness, and she's like, you're free. I thought this was a really great scene. Now this episode, above all the rest so far, really have that Bourne Identity Taken vibe that I really believe matches this show perfectly. Like in The Winter Soldier, while it was kind of like an espionage thriller, this episode alone really dove in and really made me feel like I was watching a movie of like the Bourne Identity or something of that Mission Impossible type movie. And that's a really big compliment considering it's just a series. Now right now the trio is actually looking for Tanya's funeral, and Zemo, I mean, he's a bad guy, so he's gonna have some weird creepy moments, I guess. And he approaches all these kids with Turkish delight. I swear every time I hear about that food I think of Chronicles of Narnia. I can't be the only one. And as he approaches these kids, he's like reciting this poem or whatever, and it was like, I don't know, I felt like he was about to kidnap one of them or kill them, and it was just like, oh my gosh, so cringy, but at the same time, he got the information he needed. He didn't do anything else, but it was just kind of like, it's kind of hard to watch because you're like, what is he going to do? In the end, it pays off because later on, the little girl ends up showing them the location of where the funeral is being held. After Karli gives her eulogy, she sees Sam in the shadows kind of watching, and so she approaches him. And they kind of have a one-on-one, is like, I'm not here to fight, I just want to talk, blah, blah, blah. And while it is going well for a minute, of course this can't stay that way for long. Enter Captain Not-So-America. He's very much a control freak and basically comes charging in and is like, okay, we're going to do things my way because it's not going like I want it to. And I can't help but think of the quote Thanos said, that was a mistake. Did you say steak? This one moment sets off a chain of events. Karli tries to escape and Bucky chases after her, but eventually Zemo finds her and actually shoots her. I thought she was dead right there. But she does manage to escape, although wounded. Zemo finds that she was carrying a whole bunch of the super soldier serum, so he's just stomping on all of them, and then here comes Captain America and wham! Hits Zemo right in the head and knocks him out. He manages to find the one vial that Zemo did not get. He grabs it and puts it in his pocket, and I'm like, well, here we go. We're going to get that super soldier U.S. agent now. Because the entire series, he's been a regular guy, a great soldier, but like a regular guy who couldn't go toe-to-toe with Bucky or anything, and it's like, okay, now he's got his hands on the serum. What's going to happen? What's weird is that after he hit Zemo in the head with the shield, he didn't just bring him in right then and there. Because the next scene actually cuts to where Zemo, Bucky, and Sam are hiding out, and here comes John Walker and is like, hey, look, you need to hand over Zemo. Why didn't you just take him right then? I don't know, that scene didn't make too much sense to me, but maybe I missed something. And before things get too serious, here come the Dora Milaje. You hear that Wakanda music, and then, man, they just start kicking butt. The Not-So-Captain America and Battlestar realize that they're no match. And I like that one scene where the Not-So-Captain America, he's like, after the fight is done, he's like, they weren't even super soldiers. And it's like, yeah, they don't need to be super soldier to take you down, buddy. It's almost as if Sam and Bucky were enjoying the fight because, I mean, Not-So-Captain America was getting his butt kicked. After a little while, they kind of intervened with the Dora Milaje and just like, okay, let's calm the situation. But they kind of get into a fight as well. and Io or Ao actually comes in and just dismantles Bucky's arm, and it falls right off, and we're like, oh, holy crap, I didn't know she could do that. But it made sense, of course, because, I mean, it's Wakanda technology, so of course she would know some way to dismantle him. Or in this case, she disarmed him. I'm not even sorry about that one. So Sam and Bucky find Karli and they confront her after she ends up contacting Sam's sister and basically threatens her life. And this is once again where it gets good. Cap and Battlestar come in and try to save the day again, and just once again they get overmatched. And after a little bit of fighting, you see this one super soldier just fly across some stairs and hit a wall, and you're like, whoa, who was that? And you see John Walker come on, and you're like, well, how did he do that? And then all of a sudden he grabs this pipe and just bends it, and Sam's like, what? And the next words out of his mouth was like, what did you do? And I was like, well, holy crap, we have a new super soldier. Even though they didn't show him taking the serum, I mean, it's pretty much confirmed. And then the next scene, Battlestar re-enters the fight, but unfortunately not for too long. He goes to fight Karli, and she kicks him into a pillar and kills him instantly. Now, I'm not going to lie, I kind of felt bad for Battlestar because I didn't really see him as a jerk and a bad guy like the new Cap was. I looked at him more of a guy that was just following orders, trying to do a good thing, and being that the not-so Captain America was his friend and he served in the military with him, he believed in him. He thought he was the right man for the job. He knew he was no Steve Rogers, but again, he knew him personally. He literally was the Bucky to that Cap. And to really see him go down that way, while not my favorite character, I didn't think he deserved that. And I actually felt bad whenever that happened. This sets Captain Not So America off, and he goes in berserk mode. And this is the moment that really sets him apart from Steve Rogers, even though he's really proven himself that he's not Steve Rogers. He is in no way trying to be Steve Rogers. This is the moment that really shows, oh, whoa, okay, so Steve would have never done that. He tracks one of the Flag Smashers down, he grabs his shield and just boom, 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 and just obliterates that guy. It really is a reflection of that scene in Civil War where Steve is standing above Tony, and he rips Tony's mask off, he has the shield like that, Tony thinks he's about to be killed, and Cap just wham right into the arc reactor, and Tony's like, oh wow, like you can see in his face like, man, I thought you were about to kill me, and Steve's just looking at him like, yeah, I wasn't going to kill you, I'm just going to dismantle you so I can walk away. But that scene is a good reflection because it shows what Cap did versus what John did, and it's like, yeah, like that's Captain America would never do anything like that. The first episode is definitely one of my favorites. This episode is definitely right up there with it because of the whole Born Identity take and feel and just the events that take place. Now, there are only 2 more episodes left, and it's hard to believe, but I'm really anxious to see how it's going to wrap up. All in all, I thought it was a great episode. And that unfortunately wraps it up for me as well. If you watched this episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, please leave a comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are on the episode. Let me know if there was any Easter eggs I might have missed, and let me know what you think is going to happen in the finale. And don't forget, if you like what you've seen here, well, you know what to do. As always, I am Clint the Knick-Knack, and I will see you on the next one.